But I kind of know what you're talking about, Staten Island, because I was born there, right?
Oh!
But after the third day, I said I had about enough of this shit. And that was the last time I saw Staten Island. So I get it. I was born with 5 fingers, and but I don't consider myself to be disabled at all. I consider myself to be differently handy-capable or handy-able, is how I like to refer to myself. And one of the first children's books I did was called Disabilities, and this is kind of the spoken word version of that children's book. It's called You Can't Dull My Shine.
Yeah!
It gave God great pleasure to create me. In her eyes, I am a trophy of true beauty. Crafted to perfection as only God can, every curve was fine-tuned to a divine master plan. From thought to creation, I am now official, a creature born to be very special. Born with 5 fingers and 10 toes, some tried to make me believe my different was ugly. But what they failed to see is that I was created flawlessly.
Yeah.
My little arm is just a distraction, and my 5 fingers may make some people think less of me and underestimate my worth, but it's a blessing, you see, because I'll be busy slam dunking while they're underestimating me.
That's right.
I did no wrong, was no accident of birth. I am not cursed, although I felt that too at first. I felt ashamed and did not want to be me. I now know I'm a miracle, not some tragedy. And would you believe that single-handedly I still managed to have haters? Oh God. Because I have a home and a career and a good man who's the father of all 8 of our kids who's still crazy about me. I've been married for 20 years, guys. Still, a select few stand back and think, that's way too much power for 5 fingers to have. I just have to laugh, because beauty, what they fail to see is that I have all the tools that I need to succeed because they reside inside of me. Yes. Beauty doesn't start with hair, light eyes, or flawless skin. It's the goodness of your deeds and spirit radiating from within. It's a finely tuned mind that's always turned on. Did you know balancing your nature helps you sing a sweeter song? It's a kindness that flows, commanding respect. It's meeting new challenge and outdoing your best. It's holding your head high and never losing step. It's loving yourself and moving correct. It's regarding all life as a gift, not your toy. It's planting good seeds and sharing your joy. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, that's true. The only sight that really matters is that beauty within you. The only sight that really matters is that beauty within you. If I could get another chance, another walk, another dance with him, I'd pick a song that would never, forever end. How I love, love, love to dance with my father again. Daddy, 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 missing memories, my birth, my baby steps, my first words, vetting the tooth fairy, my sweet 16, and daddy, I was sweet. My graduation from high school, my marriage to my high school sweetheart guy, which he probably would have told me wasn't a good idea, and I probably wouldn't have listened anyway, which is why 2 years later, he missed our impending divorce. My graduation from college, my wedding to my soulmate, David, my instant daughters, Davina and Corinne. Daddy, how you would have loved them. The birth of Edna, Alina, Messiah, Titan, and Zen. A family of children I swore would never 10. And that could still happen, Daddy, if I decide to adopt that albino from Africa, and that 5-year-old from foster care, the 11 children's books I authored, and all the awards of which I won. These memories missed you, Daddy, because you did something really, really dumb. Instead of showing up for the miracle, you took a deliberate dibble-dabble drop off the balcony of your 4th-story window after drinking way too much alcohol. And I tried to pretend it was a slip and fall, but there wasn't a single slip or trip hazard to be found. Plus, you had to launch yourself in there, Daddy. Why, oh why, Daddy? I would have never judged you, you selfish, deadbeat-ass Leo motherfucker.
Wow.
Okay, I was angry, Dad, but you gotta give me that, you know? I often wondered if you would have loved me more and claimed me with 10 fingers. But all that aside, I would have loved you anyway. I would have loved you anyway. So instead of this gaping wound left in the wake of your suicide, I am left with these 5 memories of you. 1, the first time we met, you picked me up and you swung me in the air like featherweights. How your beard and mustache tickled my face. The sound of your baritone voice was poetry. Mom often told me that it was your voice and your poetry which swept her off her feet. I often wondered what pickup line created me. I was 3. 2, that time when I sat in the back of your light blue Volkswagen Beetlebug, it was like experiencing sunshine for the very first time. And as you drove, I learned to love the back of you, not knowing that you would someday leave me behind. I was 4. 3, that time you picked me up in Flushing, you took me bowling. All I remember was the sound of your hearty laughter and the way your large, strong hands cradled my little, tiny hands. I was 7. 4, that time we met between stops on the D train that you conducted. And Mom said, "This is your daddy Frank, honey, remember?" And I didn't even see myself in you, even though I looked just like you. I was 12. 5, that last time that we met at your apartment in Brooklyn, a visit that I asked for, where you avoided my 20 questions and proceeded to beat my ass 10 times in a row at chess. You told me all my questions would be answered in time. I never had my butt beaten so badly without a single finger or foot lifted. Some would say that you were cruel, but I loved every minute of it. The smell of your cologne, the sound of your laughter, your voice, our final bear hug. I was 15. Then that fateful day, when you didn't show up for our family portrait, and I called you, only to discover when I called that the absentee father and you would be absent forever. No, my heart broke into shards of shattered sorrow for a love I'd always wanted, now forever gone, and I didn't have a single photograph. How I had wished that you had given me the opportunity to show you how full of love and forgiveness my heart was. I could have soothed your troubled thoughts. I could have chased away your demons. I could have saved you, Daddy. I know this because it's my gift. I did it for Mom and every man I've claimed mine since you. So that instead of where I am right now, I hope you're rooting for me, Daddy, on the other side. Revel in the woman that I have become. I am a monumental token of your glorious creation. And I just wanted to thank you, Daddy. Thank you for giving me the greatest gifts of all, life and poetry. Without you, there would be no me. And as long as I am alive, our bond is never broken. Okay. I had a calling to cut my long, sexy hair and renew my commitment to still love what was there. I felt to rebirth new beginnings to share, But all you could see when I cut my hair bare was a boyish ugly duckling in the sight of your stare, as if all of my beauty was my long and sexy hair. The change was unnecessary, a tragic mistake, and unleashed wrath within you that you couldn't take. When my image flipped, all you saw was a mess, as if your love for me was rooted in the depths of my flesh. You couldn't be proud to love and to hold or wear me on your arm because the change was too bold. My rebirth was an embarrassment and made you ashamed, and your cold, callous attitude gave me great pain. So I thought I'd go solo to begin my journey, leaving you with a gift filled with all you could see. A wig weaved with long, sexy, dead locks that once made you believe they were the only thing and everything you once loved of me. But was it my hair that stayed loyal and gave you delight? Did they stroke you and keep you warm at night? Did they soothe weary muscles when they were uptight, give birth to our children and help them grow bright? Did they help build your dreams with all of their might, inspire your mind to reach greater heights? If it's hard to love what you see when you know my hair grows back readily, how can I know you won't walk out that door when I'm 50 or 60 or 80 or more, or crippled and blind with a curve in my spine, or left with one breast and losing my mind? When the long, sexy locks that I cut in my youth became too much a burden for you to excuse. So I cut my hair, but I swear, my dear, it won't take away a thing if you love me from a deeper place that goes beyond the beauty of my face and transcends or doesn't pale with the size of my grown waist. You'll remember I'm much greater than what you see. I have always been and will always be me. Thank you. Why do you call all sisters shorty? We're not children or small pets. Do you think we'd get offended if you showed us more respect? It just doesn't describe my stature or my profound intellect, and it couldn't be my nickname. I don't even know you yet. It saddens me to see my sisters accept the sad display and eagerly respond to being minimized this way. Would you smile giving your name and number to someone who was rude, or share your precious time with someone who just spit on you? Think of what he just said addressing you that way. He called you small and insignificant. Do you still think that's okay? Does addressing me shorty make you feel that much bigger, like the master's riding roughshod calling all my people nigger? Just because it's used in lyrics doesn't make it right, and you don't have to go and use that name on every girl in sight. If I said, hey Dick, yo jackass, would you smile so eagerly, jump through hoops to get my number and date me regularly? Or would you see me as a jackass and quickly walk away from me? Well, that's how I feel and see you when you're calling me shorty. If you don't know my name and this is not your style, please call me sister, queen, or goddess. That would make my spirit smile. Maybe then you would be visible above the ranks of the brain dead who think insulting my true greatness could ever land me in their beds. Calling me shorty lacks ingenuity. It sadly reflects small minds with no creativity. So if we're blessed to have our paths meet on some fateful day, please call me queen or goddess, or just be on your way. Because from birth through today, and if I live to be 140, I have not been, I am not now, and could never be your shorty.
Yeah.
For my ladies. If we weren't blood related, we would never have been friends. We don't move in harmony. You and I don't blend. I seek out higher consciousness, divine reconstruction. You're self-absorbed, desire things that lead to self-destruction. You breed negativity while I positively radiate. While you complain of everything, I see what makes them great. I take 10 steps forward and you try to pull me back. Minimize my success to make up for the things you lack. And even when you're there for me, what is it that you do? You create illusions masking the darker sides of you. You take advantage of my love every chance you get. While all your deeds of kindness put me deeper in your debt. How does that song go? Now, I owe you like I owe my tax, and I owe you like 40 acres to blacks. Well, I'm tired of paying. And I'm not placing any blame, but I'm fed up with playing these juvenile family games. People say, that's your mother, brother, sister, father, daughter, don't complain. Even if they're killing me and giving me great pain. Others say, well, blood is thicker than water. I say, yeah, so's toothpaste. My life and love are precious, and I have neither one to waste. So if you abuse me and my kindness, I won't hesitate to walk away and seek out those who truly appreciate the blessing it is to exchange in a peaceful, loving state, you see. Just because we are related does not circumvent the truth. Call me different, but I can't accept that lame family excuse. I won't let you do things to me I won't let a stranger do. And I won't lower my standards. I expect greater things from you. I won't kiss your ass while you shit on me, even if you are my daughter. And meekly giving you my throat to slit wouldn't be any smarter. So we may be related, but you are not my family. Strangers in the street have been more humane to me. There's an ocean between us and we're worlds apart. You don't have what it takes to fill space in my heart. I'm saddened, but relieved to finally face reality, you see. Sometimes we are not always born into our families. Some of us must go outward, searching the world for them, because members of some families could never be real friends. And you have never been, could never be, and are not my family. The news reports another mother arrested for the slaughter of her infant daughter. Her body battered, scar-filled, stuffed in soiled sheets under the motel bed, smothered in red as a heart bled from the maid who discovered her. Remains stiff and cold were only 4 weeks old. 48 weeks from hearing happy birthday for the very first time. Killed by a mother who lost her heart, soul, and mind. Another man is placed under arrest for causing the death of his girlfriend's son left in his care. As the toddler slept, the coward crept, dousing the bed with gasoline. He set the child ablaze. Pleasant dreams became a hellish scene as flames engulfed the toddler's screams and consumed him hungrily. The child could not be saved, sent to an untimely grave by a man enraged because the mother broke a promise she made. Death without humanity, cycles of insanity. Death without humanity, cycles of insanity. It breaks my heart, but I can't hear the sounds of my breaking heart over the battered bones and spirits and shattered lives carrying scars on those who survive. Sometimes I feel myself crying and not knowing why, because I am feeling the pain of someone else who is yet another extension of myself. And there should be no dry eyes as long as one poor defenseless child is left to die. Because we know the reasons why. Some children die because some mothers are too drunk, doped up to act responsibly. All help to perpetuate the madness of this insanity. Some mothers put more care into picking fruit than the people they expose to their precious youth. They give their children's lives away for brief encounters of adult play. It angers me that a mother could place the pleasure of a passionate sigh before the desperate pleas and the needs of her own child's cries. And while she gets rocked, the child slowly dies. And we have the nerve to call ourselves civilized? What's the solution? Do your share for the revolution. Stand up for our children. That's what they need us to do. You look out for my child and I'll do the same for you. When children cry, respond with all due diligence. Look for signs of abuse. Use intelligence. Put abusers on notice. Let them hear our angry roars. Let them know they can't escape from the reach of our claws. Make them feel severe consequences in the legal system's jaws. Reduce crimes against children with harsh child protection laws. Because how can I stay silent while one child complains of hunger and abuse and withers in pain, and I cry for all that child could have been, all that life force stamped out in the moment of sin. And although that might be what some call fate, I mourn for the loss of potential so great. And as long as one child is left to die, tears will remain in my eyes. And I will respond to that child's cries, and I will be the voice for my silent allies. Because together, we can protect our youth, y'all. Let's do better. Thank you very much. Thank you.